I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. What's up? One Crack News. Carcino for life. Let's get it. Oh, Aki. As Akademiks is going down this road of pivoting, trying to bounce from whoever the victor is, he got to jump on the bandwagon. Why he playing that game? He's struggling. That bird keep trying to swim. And mainstream media, their approach and coverage of this has been egregious. Absolutely egregious. But Akademiks running around with a chicken, like a chicken with his head cut off. It's sad. It's sad. Happy Thursday, everyone. And let's get to it. Now, here's what we find very interesting, people. Now that Akademiks is compromised, he's now trying to pivot. He's actually said Kendrick Lamar has better songs, better albums than Drake. He said Drake is a liar. He said Drake is foul for sleeping with all his friends' girls and trying to. Where was all this before the battle started? Drake ain't done none of this stuff that he's talking about after the battle. This has all been before the battle and during. Now that his boy done lost, boy, his whole tone has changed. That boy is trending lightly. That boy is light on his feet like Heavy D. Now, as we get back to the cooler moments of things, we've also noticed things that's happening. Like Nicki Minaj, she don't like that. So, Nicki ain't really been cool with this dude. I've never been cool with this dude. He's a germ, he's a virus. So now the mainstream media has made an avenue, created a lane where people can come through and know that this guy here is a parasite. Akademiks is nothing but a parasite. And the more that we sit here and champion him, the worse things are going to become. And that's the sad part, is that he's running to these people to make him a media conglomerate in the voice of hip hop, which we won't stand for because we know what he is. Now, with that being said, right, hit that like button. There's a lot to accumulate and put into perspective. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. There's a lot to put into perspectives here. Because mainstream media has changed their tone again. And because this fat rug rat want to now root for Kendrick because he wants to save his channel, who's also fighting 2 sexual assault cases already on his head. Now he's trying to pivot and run his nasty, faded, dirty sweatshirt ass over to Kendrick Lamar side. He backed the wrong horse and now he wants to move out of it like he did with King Von and Quando Rondo. Once he was all King Von and once Von died, he rolled over there to Quando Rondo. And y'all let him get away with it. Yeah, I told him, you trying to pivot, fat boy. Nobody letting you do that. Not over here. And now he got mainstream media over here playing the string game. See, when they play that old string puppet game, that's when everybody get different and everybody get real stupid. And they act like they don't know what's going on. Everybody, Brian, is just on prom. They just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Oh, you don't understand? Okay. Well, we gonna make things real clear for you. Because we're gonna show you what the whole mainstream media world is looking at now. And how they view certain things and topics that's going on in the world. Oh, yes, we're going to do it. This is what white folks and white America, see, we know because we're online. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's happening out here. But the mainstream media is pointing it in a whole new light to what others don't. So let's bring y'all to the ballpark so we can get into what's really going on around here. So y'all can see what's really happening around these parts. Now, this is white America trying to explain the political angle and trying to tie it Kendrick and Lamar Drake's battle.
At the top so long, many say his time is over, and a challenger who will stop at nothing for the throne. Now, that might apply to the president defending his title from a former president, but this is actually a different throne. As the rapper with the most hits, Drake fights the rap artist with the most acclaimed poetry, Kendrick Lamar. And that's not all, because I can tell you in the past 6 weeks, there are about 10 new songs from 4 different artists, mostly arrayed against Drake. And at the core of it, a battle between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. These songs are topping the charts. They're captivating fans. As a matter of news, Joe Biden's presidential campaign has just engaged on the Kendrick Lamar side, using his new lyrics to go against Trump. We are talking about an event that is so big in our culture, it has become part of our politics and public life, driving debates and plenty of news.
So this is how they cover the battle. This is how mainstream media is going to cover this. And this is why the poison people like Akademiks, and they all put these people on here to sway you, because they don't want you to think for yourself. So now they're going to use Kendrick and Lamar's push over the young audience, and they seeing the demographics of the numbers, and they want those numbers to roll over to the votes. They know that these guys are in their 20s and all that. They got a huge following. So now what we have to do is say, well, Casino for Life don't count. His numbers don't count. One Crack News, his numbers don't count. We're not concerned about what they say. Really? They're sitting here trying to push and navigate the people right towards one thing: votes. And they want to get the mainstream media to let them know this battle with Trump and Biden is like Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. That's how big it is, and everybody was talking about it, and it never faded away till it had more attention than the political pull on the current facts of this nation. So they got to drag that into a political battlefield. So that's how the mainstream media wants to cover it, to show you the power of hip hop. If it's a powerful weapon because it generates and controls even the White House, the biggest office in the world. It has the most influential use over anybody, over drugs, anything. So you have to actually pay attention to what these people are saying about it, because they're not speaking to you. You're not going to be watching this guy in his shirt and tie. You're not going to be paying attention to him. They're not speaking to you. They're speaking to the other conservative people that don't even know who probably Drake and Kendrick Lamar is. They're speaking to that group about this thing is like this. And these people are like, what is going on here? What is this Drake and Kendrick thing? So now they're painting the picture the way they want of what the battle was to them. Now we already know what it is because we cover it. But now you get to see how it is from mainstream media.
Drake and Kendrick Lamar are trending after taking aim at one another.
There is a lot to unpack in the Drake and Kendrick Lamar feud.
The two legendary rappers going at it all weekend, each making some very wild accusations.
If Drake and Kendrick Lamar got in a rap battle, who do you think would win?
Got to go with Kendrick.
So
Hi,
the
Jody.
winner in music, a big surprise, Kendrick Lamar.
The Pulitzer Prize in music almost always has gone to someone in the world of contemporary classical music.
I love the Drake new project, and I just really take that as, love for my little brother.
There's another battle next week, right? And I don't want to hear about it. I'm signing you up, man.
The two best of their generation in their prime. I've never seen a rap battle give us this much music.
Throwing haymakers like Lamar, Kendrick at Drake.
Everyone keeps coming up to me and asking, Gail, where do you stand on this Drake, Kendrick Lamar feud?
To me, has been the best rap battle I've ever witnessed.
Right now, we've just lived through the most significant battle in any musical genre in decades, the most consequential clash of this digital era. In fact, it's the internet that helps us show how we know that over 100 million people have actually heard these songs or about them. And this is deeper than rap, to paraphrase Rick Ross. It's about culture, truth, capitalism, civil rights, and what values we honor and reward. Now, in the two poles of hip hop, Kendrick Lamar roughly represents the more artistic, raw, and truthful voice. Remember, I mentioned Governor Adlai Stevenson's line? Well, Lamar echoes him in this line in the battle directed at Drake.
Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too, but don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Lamar taking shots from a higher ground, and he lit the fuse for this whole battle in a recent verse after a long-running Cold War between these two. Then both artists did about 11 songs in all, including 8 in just the last 17 days, a flurry of music. Lamar argues in these songs that Drake is a, quote, scam artist. with the hopes of being accepted and proclaiming himself the true artist, like a modern Raphael who heals and gives you art. But he says the industry's cooked as he picks the carcass apart. Lamar's allegories treat this pop star Drake as a kind of soulless zombie atop a dead industry. And Lamar casts himself as a reluctant but lethal artistic warrior and revolutionary. He indicts Drake for continuing the ugly American playbook of exploiting Black culture, copying and stealing art without credit or value, without equity. And this is an issue from current artists that Drake works with to the others that he may idolize. Take the late Tupac Shakur. Lamar invokes Tupac partly for their shared vision. Pac condemned these same capitalist dynamics before his untimely death at age 25.
Now, you see how he's painting the picture? He's painting it from a political standpoint so that the conservatives who don't listen to rap can understand it. How is he mocking Jesus with the head of thrones? That was the biggest thing Kendrick ever did, was removing the copyright claims everyone had doing reviews. Now you've seen everyone do and use that song. And it made the song go bigger than, like, it went through new lengths. I mean, who hadn't heard the song? Right? I mean, who didn't do something? This is the day I probably had the first one.
Nigga, he a free throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabronis?
Now, as you can see, that video was done the very next day, immediately. But I didn't go ahead and say, hey, you know, I need this, I need that, I need this. We didn't do that. I couldn't even move my leg, to say the least. But you're right, I didn't even release mine. Mine is not released. You only see it like if you watch these video clips. So mine was out, like nobody really knew the lyrics to the song yet. It came out that night. That was Sunday morning. Right. So if you heard that song for the first time, you knew what it was. So Akademiks, he knew what it was. He tried to downplay it, and Drake tried to get all his minions to go against it. Maul, all these other fools, to try to say Drake won. And he just looked more and more like a clown, and who couldn't be taken seriously. And he looks compromised. Yeah, what the hell is a 6 guy, if that's the case? Go. The audience is not dumb. Paint the stories how you want. Hey, Drake, they not slow. They not slow. Yeah, paint the stories how you want. So when you see this happening in front of you, this guy is painting it not to you, but to the mainstream masses. That's what he's trying to accomplish. Well, the scales of what you're looking at is different because Akademiks is trying to manipulate us at our level by going on TMZ and trying to inform people like TMZ of what's going on. He's not at this level. Okay, Akademiks is basically a virus, a germ. He's like a germ he's like the common cold. Okay, he's a germ in this business. He has no credibility, no morals, no purpose, nothing. He knows nothing about hip hop, nothing about it whatsoever, except for being a fanboy. So people taking him at his word, it means nothing. I mean, his word means literally nothing to us. That's the real talk. That's the real spill. So you can't pivot your way out of this. You gonna go down with the ship. You on Drake's side, you stay on Drake's side. Don't come over here acting like you didn't have a side. And now you trying to be neutral, Akademiks. We know what you are. And you are not a part of the mainstream media. You're a puppet boy put on there to do what? Try to entertain the rest of the masses. And you're making yourself look like a fool. Now, One Crack News, I want to give a shout out to everybody over there. Hit that like button up over there. Hit the like button up over here. Oh, salute always, Mr. Campbell. Now, we will continue this on Carcino for Life. If you're on One Crack News, go over to the Carcino for Life channel, and we'll see the rest of y'all later. For them.